Hi, art historians. Welcome back. We are moving right along to week 5, module 9, unit number 2. And so this unit is going to move past our Indigenous American information and right into the European Renaissance. Of course, we know that a lot of Italian pieces came out of the Renaissance. The Italian Renaissance itself is, I would consider, one of the eras of art history that is most remembered by laymen. And we are going to look at the Northern Renaissance before we get to Italy. So this unit has 9 core works and 4 supplemental works, and the unit materials are titled Module 9, Indigenous Americas Part 2, and European Renaissance Part 1. We are looking at European Renaissance 1, 9.04, the Northern Renaissance artwork. So our arts are ranging in date from around 1413 to 1567 CE, and this is mostly in Northern Europe. So this is Belgium, a little bit of France, Germany, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Austria, and Switzerland. So we do have some small scale works, as well as some people we can attribute them to. So I'll list the artist's name as well as the title of the piece. So we're going to start with the first one, which is the Book of Hours, or the Très Riche Art des Ducs de Berry. We have Robert Campen's Marode altarpiece. We have van der Weyden's Deposition, Van Eyck's Arnolfini portrait and Ghent altarpiece. We have Bosch's Garden of Earthly Delights, Albrecht Dürer's Adam and Eve, as well as Grunwald's Isenheim altarpiece, and Peter Bruegel's Peasant Wedding. Now, your supplemental works include Dürer's Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, as well as his self-portrait. We have Bruegel's Hunters in the Snow, one of my personal favorites, and Petrus Christus's Portrait of a Young Woman. So let's start first with Northern Renaissance art. This is starting to develop a lot of techniques, starting to use oil paint, starting to use printmaking, really complex materials and media within the realm of art history. But we also have a lot of fine detail. It's nuts. Some of this must have been painted with a paintbrush with a single hair, because the amount of detail that an artist like Albrecht Dürer gets into, or the artist in the workshop of Robert Campen, it is so delicate and it's so tiny. So they're putting a lot of really care and time into these works. The first piece I listed, that Book of Hours, Le Très Riche Art des Ducs de Berry, that is a piece that sort of has a bittersweet memory for me personally. When I was at TC&J doing my last undergrad art history course, that was the only piece whose name I fully forgot, and I will now never forget it as a result. But it's a really beautiful text. Definitely take a look at that. The Marode altarpiece is actually located in the cloisters at the Met, which I've had the opportunity to see on multiple occasions, and it never fails to completely blow me away. In regards to Van Eyck, he is doing a lot of really important advanced techniques in his own paintings. In the Arnolfini portrait, he has the representation of a convex mirror in the background in the middle. And in that mirror, you'll see very small little drawn figures, it looks like. And art historians have been able to mathematically calculate the distance between the two figures. The man closer to the window, and then the woman closer to the bed and interior of the home in a beautiful green dress. And that mirror in the background, where it is against the wall, where those people are standing, and where we are as the viewer is all exactly mathematically correct. So that convex mirror is accurate. And I love this. On the back on the wall, he literally wrote, Jan van Eyck made this, like he was here, and then dated it. So we love that. And then when we get into Bosch's Garden of Earthly Delights, this is just like a fever dream of chaos. I mean, there is a lot of just bonkers stuff happening. It is by far one of the most unusual pieces of the Garden of Earthly Delights that we've ever seen in that representation, and of a religious subject matter as well. Dürer is a very important artist. He's working in both printmaking and painting, and he is known for his fine detail work. So when we think about Adam and Eve, the carving that he has created, the engraving, these two figures are actually based on 2 different other marble sculptures, which I'll post pictures of. I was able to see the poster of one in the Vatican back in December, but it was under restoration, so it was just like a really big picture in front of it. But those are really cool that he's using classical artwork to base his Renaissance artwork, very much embracing that concept of Renaissance, rebirth, back to the classical way. So let's see, what else is here? We've got Grunwald's Isenheim altarpiece. I'm actually a graphic design teacher as well, so I was able to go into Adobe Illustrator and make a printable, constructible Isenheim altarpiece. So I'll link those documents for you if you want to print them out and try to make one yourself. And if I have time, I'll do a tutorial on how to do so. But it is a multi-folded altarpiece that has a lot of layers and a lot of meaning. We've got St. Anthony, the patron saint of the plague and skin diseases and yucky things, and we've got this image of Jesus who is just shown not that cute, I guess. He's wounded, he's just not in good shape, while usually sometimes Jesus is shown like perfection. So again, it's really interesting to see both takes on showing these religious icons within the concept of different types of worship and for different groups of people and audiences. Peter Bruegel is another favorite of mine. I did think it was pronounced Bruegel for quite a long time, which to me sounds like bagels. So whenever I think of Peter Bruegel, I want a bagel. So if you haven't had a bagel yet today, I encourage you to go have one. And then, of course, we got a lot of supplemental works as well. Bruegel's Hunter in the Snow is one of my favorites. I challenge my students to try to recreate it if you ever get snow around your area. We do over here in Jersey, so it's a good opportunity to get outside and do some art history and some snowman making. But other than that, I hope you would enjoy learning about Northern Renaissance art. We are going to be continuing with the Renaissance very soon, so until then, bye everyone.